Football Lab. I have a draft for you today. We talked earlier in the week. I left it in chat there so you can see, but the link to the video, and I'll add it to the description later, but of postseason fantasy football leagues. That the season is done. Your team is the Browns, so they're never in it anyways. Uh, and now you want to do some more fantasy football. Last year, Nate and I talked about in a session we call fancy football, some fancy different league types. And we have a bunch of different ones that we always try, like Vampire League and everything. But the postseason was really cool because everything that is new and a new league format, you always have to add another league into it. And also manage those other ones. And this one is cool because all the other ones are done and you get to focus, and it's usually a little less work there. There's Nate. A little less work. You can kind of just jump in and give it a go and see. And it's usually low payments. And we've got a couple of different ones that we do. I started two. We're doing two this year. We did one last year together. And this one we talked about in that episode earlier this week. And it's called, it's a one and done is the other one. This one is like a 4-person, like you pick one player from each team. And you can't pick more than one player. So you have to fill out like 2 quarterbacks, 3 wide receiver, 3 running back, 2 tight end. And then once they're out of the playoffs, you don't get any more points from them. So you got to mix it between like the strategies between bracket and the success of the player, and also what player. There's a McCaffrey and a Kittle and Purdy. Which one of those do you want to grab? Because once you grab one, you can't grab anybody else from that team. So that's the twist here, and it kind of makes you think about everything a little differently and freak out during the draft. What's up, Nate? How you doing, man?
What's up? How's it going? Technology is kind of a punk today, dude. Like the reboots, I feel like I'm in 1995 all of a sudden. And yes, I'm old enough to remember what computers were like in 1995. But I feel like I'm working on dial up over here. It's nuts, but I'm getting logged into everything. Beauty of live streaming, right?
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're gonna get started. Our draft is kind of waiting for us. So we're gonna get started. There's 4 people. There is another format, the one and done, where you can get tons of different people. So you can have max. There's no max because you share players. You can just get a whole pool of players. I think this one's gonna end up. This one's 4. The other one that we did, we cover in that video too. So if you're interested in a larger format than just 4 players, check out that video. The one and dones are really fun and has an interesting take as well. All right. That being said, we will get into our draft. Let's see. I think I see all 4 people in there.
Welcome to the Fantasy Football Lab.
All right, I'm gonna hit resume here, see what my sister Ceci does, and I'll share the stream there for you.
All right. Well, while she's deciding, I've got to get back into this draft frame of mind, figuring out what you guys are going to do. I didn't even look at the draft order until about 20 minutes ago, and realizing that I'm picking 4th changes things up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I know. Ceci was asking who was gonna pick who's gonna pick first, what the draft order is, and I went in hoping that I wasn't stuck in the middle. But with 4, it's there's a benefit on every spot that you're in.
Oh. Looks like your sister believes in the Patriots.
She very well may. I got there. All right, Drake May goes first overall, and it's 2 quarterback, but it's nobody can take more than 2 quarterback. There's no bench, so you can kind of figure out. But if she in her bracket has the Patriots going pretty far, and that's what happens, that's a great pick. A lot of these teams though they're not super rich with talent. Like there's a lot of teams that are in here that I want one player only, or the matchups are like I don't think there's one matchup except for if the Panthers make it out of the first round. I'd be shocked. Everybody else though, I could see anything happening. It's a really tough year to kind of predict that bracket.
Yeah, this year's real tough. I did the bracket thing a few different times just to see what different scenarios who would want to pick. But you're right. Like we talked about this on the pod earlier this week, but the number one seeds specifically like aren't as impacted as they have been in past seasons because there's not a lot of individual talent that you'd want off of the Broncos or the Seahawks per se outside of like JSN, right? Like, so I'm just really trying to figure out like who are the right folks to grab and when. It's going to put like higher value on the superstars that are on the teams that you think are going to go further.
And thinking of these like these running back situations, you've got Seattle and like in the playoffs things change and it's already murky. So is it Charbonnet? Is it Walker? And then down in LA, you've got is Hampton fully healthy? Is Bidell going to take most of it? And then you've got in other LA, you've got Kyron and Corum, and then Stevenson and Henderson in. What did I say for yours? Hampton and Vidal, and then in Stevenson and Henderson, like it's all. No one knows who it is for a lot of these teams.
We may need to pause here just in case. New technology all the time, but looks like Sailor may not know what he's doing.
All right, so to give a live clue and call it Sailor, I can't find Josh Allen. On mine, he's at the very top.
Yeah, on mine, he's at the very top, but he's asking us to pause.
Is he listening? Is he live?
Yeah.
We can walk you through it. This stream is gonna turn into our online tech support.
Sailor's not listening live. Okay.
His poor kid is sick right now, so he couldn't join us live. And then Ceci's just camera shy, and also doesn't pay attention to me when I tell her things. Like there's in my kid's room trying to help him sleep. This is great. Well, we're not going to keep it paused forever, bud. I'm only seeing rookies. Oh, the RK button is probably clicked. I'll send him something real quick.
Is it RK?
Yeah, I'm sending a picture.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that that's the issue here. So if you have RK clicked and it doesn't just say rookie unless you highlight over it, then it cuts it out. But let me take a second while we're doing this because we're talking about the layout of what we're using and everything. And it's new for all of us because we usually use Sleeper. And on the draft or on the video we had earlier this week talking about this, we said how we use Sleeper. Nate had to do a spreadsheet. I found this app that I really like, actually. I don't know if I like it for usability for like main leagues, but it'll be a good test of the platform. But Fantrax, Fantrax.com. They have some cool postseason options. They have like 50 different points that you can, like different types of points. I don't know if you saw or you looked at the scoring, but there was a cool thing that I added of like if someone fumbles the ball, but they recover or a teammate recover, whoever recovers the ball actually gets a point. So if you save the day on offense, you're going to grab a point off of that.
Oh, so I should pick up some O-line guys. Got it.
Yeah. But if you fumble it and then you are the one that picks it back up, then you don't get the fumble point. It's a wash. It's one for losing it, one for getting it.
Got it.
Okay, I can unpause. Now he can take Kraft.
I hope he does. All right, you're on the clock, my guy.
Yeah, I honestly thought that
this is interesting. I'm very interested about what you're about to do.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so they can't take anyone from New England or Buffalo anymore.
Correct.
So you can, but there's two running backs I like in New England. I wasn't really excited about anything else there, and I don't know which running back I like more in the playoffs, so I don't care. What do we got? Buffalo could be Cook, and then everyone else from that team is dead. I have this team. Here's the benefit. So there's I was debating between two different players here, and one of them does not have a bye week. So I was debating between JSN and Puka. I was thinking about CMC, but I feel like there's a pretty decent chance they get out. I think I get at least 2 games from the Rams because they're playing the Panthers. And I also know that you're in love with Puka Nacua. And there's not too many other people I care that much about grabbing from that team, not to this level. So I'm just going to lock it in and grab Puka here.
All right. Well, yes, you are absolutely correct. He was my number 1 overall pick on my big board. Puka Nacua, I think, they've got a chance to make it. I have Seattle coming out of the NFC, but the other team is LA. So Puka, I think, was the clear pick and was a little surprised they didn't go earlier. But I knew you wouldn't let him fall to me because I'm, whatever, over you right now. But anyway, my plan here was to go back to back Puka and CMC. So that changes things a little bit. So I think here I will go ahead and grab CMC. Though I do agree with you. Now I'm hedging a little bit. My 1 overall RB was either going to be CMC or Kyron. What do I want to do here? I'm just going to do it.
All right, that's great news. So I was hoping that you would pick a 49er. I knew that if I left, I like this turn. So being like having you have on the turn right after me, I know you have 2 picks, but I can leave 2 players I really want if I want them equally, if they're on the same team and I know that it's coming back around to me.
Yeah. And that's the hard thing about this format is that you have to think through, does picking this player eliminate other players that I would have grabbed from this team? For instance, like you took Puka, who would have been my Ram. So now do I want Kyron or Devontae Adams more on the backside of that? Someone to think about. But since the other team that I have, I know they have a bye week, but they are coming out of the NFC for me. I'm going to go ahead and grab JSN, which would have been my second wide receiver.
That makes it so much easier for me. Yeah, I would have been sad with that one. I don't mind the pick here at all. I think that like JSN and McCaffrey starting out, like I think JSN will go further in it, and McCaffrey will give you those boom points in the beginning. He might get 1 or 2 games. I don't know if they take out Philadelphia, but that's kind of who I have going in. I feel like I think I have them like winning against the Eagles and then losing against the Seahawks. So if that's up next round, you might have one of their first 2 players eliminated there. All right, I'm going to go Kittle. There's only 1 tight end in this entire class that I think completely separates themselves. Kittle is it, and he has a full no injury designation going in. He was a little banged up this week. I'm going to take him. I think he could get eliminated right away, but hopefully they utilize him. I think he had like 90% of the snaps, or 95% of the snaps on his last game. So I'm in on the Kittle. All right, what is he going to do? They both start out with quarterbacks. I'm interested to see how that goes. We both ignore the quarterback, but they still have another quarterback each that they have to take. So they might come back around and grab that in the other way. Who are you hoping gets back to you?
We doing this again, man? I've got some options. I'm not so worried about Sailor taking. Yeah,
Damn it! About that. That's who I really wanted. That's the only player on that team that's worth a damn.
Yeah, and that's where it comes into play, right? So now do you decide, okay, I'm going to avoid the Texans holistically? Can you do that? Because is there another, like, that would have to replace another team
like
that you
going
were
pretty
grab.
decently far, like a few rounds. So
yeah. They are, but do they have a player on their team that's going to be enough value?
So I have the Bills not making it past the first game. Not going to be surprised that they do, but I don't see them going far. So we're looking at someone like Josh Allen, let's say, that's one of the people taken, or someone like a Purdy or Sam Darnold, someone that's not going to have those boom games. But if Josh Allen plays one game and this crappy version of that same position goes all the way, or 3 more rounds, is Josh Allen really going to score 3 times as much? So I think with these positions, that's the same thing. If it's like, yeah, there's probably not, but towards the end of this draft, I'm going to look at the Texans, or I'm going to be looking at these other teams and be like, okay, fine, I'll get Higgins or whatever. Cook is a good one there.
Cook's a great pick there, yeah. So
she can't do Bills. He can't do Bills. All right, she can't do Jaguars or New England. He can't do Buffalo, Houston, or Philly. Dang. Those are good picks.
Yeah.
Man, in my board, I have his first and third pick being eliminated. Round 1. I hope it's true. All right, I got tight end, wide receiver. I can't do Rams. I can't do SF. This got harder
really quick. Yeah.
Who can't you do? Seattle, and so Seattle's the only other one that I don't need to leave. Okay, so I guess I'm going between a couple of like 3 players in 3 positions. I'm going to go shoot for the stars. I have the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. And I believe in Henderson. And I was going to do May, but yeah, I'm going to do Henderson here as my first running back.
All right. You have the Patriots going, huh? You have the Patriots going, huh?
Patriots, Seahawks win. I'm so excited about this playoff season, more than in so many years. It really could be. There's such weaknesses in the Seahawks. They have such weaknesses. Patriots, Texans, like there's so many different question marks on every single team that is in here. There's no juggernaut in the entire bracket, and I feel like that makes for such great playoffs.
All right, I have the Rams making it at least to the NFC Championship game. I think my best bet for points there I forgot that we need 2 quarterbacks, which is making this tougher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. It's completely not what I was planning on doing originally. But I'm going to go... Nope. I'm hedging. I'm going to go back to what I was going to do. So I'm going to go and grab Kyron there. And then I've got no more Seahawks, no more San Francisco, no more Rams. I need to get out of the NFC West. So I'm going to take a look here at what we have. So funny.
Yeah. That is really funny.
Like
You're not
hanging
playing
out
odds well.
But like you said, there's so few lock it in guys that it gets tougher to decide who you want to grab. I've got the Bears playing at least 2 games. But I don't love the defenses they're playing.
Yeah, I know. So first off, they're playing the Packers. I have them playing the Rams next and losing.
Yeah.
They didn't make playoffs last year, so this is his first experience with it too. That Caleb and Loveland and Burden.
All right, I'm going to go a little off script here because I see New England. You're the only person still. Oh, no. You already got your New England.
Sailor doesn't have New England.
Not a lot of tight ends I love here. I'm going to grab Hunter Henry here.
Nice. Yeah, good call. Okay. Okay. I wish it would eliminate the teams that I can't pick anyways.
Yeah, let's make it long. Let's make it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Sailor's like subtly telling us to hurry up. We got a lot of people to pick here.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was too subtle, but
I like how, just thinking of the format, Ceci called out earlier, she crossed out all the Chargers and Panthers players as an option.
Oh, wow. Just because they're gone?
Players aren't worth grabbing.
That's funny. All right, I got to get one quarterback right now. Oof.
Do you get the best quarterback on the board that is probably going to miss out after the first round?
Who's the best quarterback on the board?
Obviously, Justin Herbert's the best quarterback on the board, but probably getting eliminated.
No, I scratched them off because they're not making it.
Just kidding.
Actually, I can let it ride. I'm going to go.
Yeah, you've only got one QB pick between your current pick and your next pick. Like, Sailor's the only one that could take a quarterback. So if you don't take him now...
I wish I sneakily asked what his opinions on some more were before. I'm sorry. This is taking a long time. I'm so confused.
About the same amount of time as you were taking right now.
I only have one running back, and there are not like many at all that I like.
Yeah, that's going to get tough.
All right, I'm just going to go I'm going to go for a one and done. He did well in the playoffs last year. If he can have a big first game, I'll take it. And then
I was
it
banking
protects
on
me
everyone
from
leaving the
choosing
Chargers
players.
alone until at least the 5th round, but whatever, that's fine.
What website is this? It's Fantrax. So I just found it. So that's us kind of messing around, testing it out with a fancy league. But I'll put it in the. And they have a decent app too. It's highly. Why did it send it twice? It shows the two. So it has a decent mobile app, and then it has a ton of customization. Like there's like 40 different. It's kind of clunky, not like other apps where like you're putting in the scoring, but that's because you can have like 100 different scoring triggers, and you kind of build your fantasy football league that way. And so there's a lot of customization. I use Sleeper app usually, and we're probably sticking with Sleeper app for everything. But this is I don't know. I like it. There's different channels instead of just a chat. You can create different channels. You can create game day ones. It looks like a pretty good app. All right. So Chargers are off for me. I didn't want another one of those anyways. He's got Philly, Houston, Buffalo off. He was complaining about us taking too long. I'm glad that he is as well.
I was going to make a backhanded comment, but realize he's probably not listening.
Yeah, I'll just be talking behind his back at that point. It gets thin real fast. Oh, do you hear my cat? Is that
I do hear your cat. Welcome to the party.
She wants to get like let out through the window here.
Yeah, I think the win for next year will be trying to figure out a way to have it X out all the players that you've already picked from.
And
I know there's no way to easily do that, but
I feel like if you can't press the plus button, that's the way. So I like the idea of them graying out the plus button so I can still see what other people might pick, but I can very clearly see that those aren't for me. And then a quick filter. But I think how it probably works in the system is that you can't play two players from the same. So if you set this up and you have a bench, then I don't think it's anything to do with the draft and picking. I think the logic comes afterwards. We have hedging my bet. Oh yeah. So he's got the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville. Yeah, there's so many different ways you can do like all the same and just bet heavy, and your guys or Ceci and I were talking about this of like making sure your quarterback is from NFC and AFC just for the chance that you get two in the Super Bowl, or you do the same side because at least one of them will get there,
or a better
more
shot
likely.
that one of them will get there. Yeah.
Swift was who I was looking at that last one too. I feel like a couple good games there, and there's not a lot of good running backs left. It says you stopped recording. This is still live, right? Yeah, it says live. Can you hear me, Nate? His stuff's all Messed up. All right. Devontae Adams next. She can't do Rams now. That doesn't help me because I can't do Rams either. If you're watching this live, can you shoot a message and see if you can still hear me and if it's coming in live? Oh, thanks, Sess. That's my one viewer. All right, let's see. There we go. Are you back? Are you good? Did you switch to AirPods?
Yeah, I just got booted,
Cool.
so we're old school. You hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you good. All right, so Ceci went running back, quarterback, running back. I'm guessing it's wide receiver and then tight end, so that it's all proper. Oh, wait, we need 3 of each of those. Ah, crap.
Yeah, there's so many players that we got to grab,
Is
man.
this is the same setup we did last year. This just feels so much more painful this year.
Well, think about all the teams that aren't in, right? Like, we're not picking Ravens, we're not picking Chiefs, we're not picking, right? There's
Dang it,
the
Sailor.
the
I didn't
Lions
think
aren't in. Lions provided all kinds of players for us last year.
I did not think that was going to be an issue. Letting Loveland go a little. I still don't have a quarterback. All right, who do you... Okay, I'm going to do... Man, Hurts could go further than I think he can. But I feel like I'm going to get a couple decent games out of Caleb. Going Caleb Williams here. Get my first quarterback or 2.
Yeah, so the reality is that when I was giving you a hard time about Herbert earlier, I was really talking about Hurts because I also don't think he's getting past the first round potentially.
What do I have him at? I think I have them losing to the Niners as well.
Yeah. So I would want, if you're grabbing Hurts, you want a boom game. For sure.
Yeah, and it's not, and it might be worth it if he had the year he had last year. The team had the year last year, but they don't just feel as scary as they did. And so I don't know, like the bet on the boom game, it could totally happen. They could make it all the way. They could win the whole thing, but it doesn't feel like as strong as it did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, though, has been hot lately, and that team, I don't know, they could surprise. They have a decent setup on both sides. They do have tough defenses they play, though.
Yeah, that's what I was nervous about. I thought about grabbing him a lot sooner. All right. No, I'm not going to do it. I feel like I've grabbed enough running backs, but I'm just thinking about it from a team's perspective. And I'm going to grab... I don't like any of this now, man. This has gotten so much harder than it needed to have gotten. The only player I would pick from this team also has a bye week. Holy crap. Screw it. I'm going to grab Bo Nix here.
Oh.
Out of left field. But I think of who's left, who I'm available to pick, which is why I'm kind of kicking myself. I grabbed Kyron. I should have probably grabbed Stafford.
Yeah.
But because that's now eliminated, of who's left and who I think is going to go the furthest in the playoffs. Is Bo Nix. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was making a lot of noises. Did you hear that? Jeez, it's aggressive. Okay.
That's your 10-second warning music on this app for all that we're listening.
Yeah, I don't think I shared the audio just in case there's ignorant sounds. Okay, so
all right, so now I can't go to Denver, New England, the Rams, Seattle.
I just almost started talking about who I'm picking because I thought I was up. I forgot you had two. Yeah. And I'm glad I did not.
Because I don't think the Eagles are going to make it much further than the first round. I think the most likely boom game is going to come from AJ Brown.
That's who I was actually about to say I was going to pick. Cool. I'm going to do an unsexy pick, but I think the longevity. I'm going to get my second quarterback so I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm getting Sam Darnold. And I feel there's such a tie with some of the running back and wide receivers for me that the thing I find myself guessing is which one will go further. They're about the same. And for me, I if it's a tie and I all these games I don't really know except for like one I feel confident in, then at that point I'll just pick who's left and comes back to me.
Yeah, so now we're in this situation where all three of you have both of your quarterbacks in the 6th round. So now
that's true. So you get to wait till your last pick.
My very last pick can be whatever quarterback I want.
I hate it. You did that last year with Laporta.
Yeah.
Because no one could pick a Detroit team, so you could just wait the whole time. I always forget about that. Well done. That's good strategy.
Yeah, that was what was nice about Detroit that had so many fantasy viable players that it's a team you can sit on and know that there's going to be someone available for you. The closest thing to that this year would have been the Eagles if we thought they were going further.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's not a stacked team to like take as much advantage of it. So I think it's by position this year for you. All right, so I have Goddard. That's a good pick.
Yep.
I wonder if she was going to do wide receiver, but just wanted to upset me. Yeah, it's hard to actually like sift through this because you're always going, okay, I can't get that one. Or, what are these players that are picking after me? Oh, they can't pick that player anyways. Like there's so many more things you have to consider during the draft that I could not imagine if this was a 12 team or normal timer. This is for anyone judging us for 3-minute timers, I don't think I could do it in a standard 90-second. There's so many things that you have to go double check first.
Yeah. I think the hardest, eventually as we get into the 8th and 9th rounds here in a minute, like having to go back and make sure I didn't pick from that team already. I'm constantly editing my my queue here.
Oh yeah.
Sutton. That was the other Denver person I was thinking.
Okay.
Sutton.
So you were done with Denver anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got the same thing with New England. Sailor can wait. I guess there's no one else. I mean, you can get Diggs or something late.
Right.
Or actually, Stevenson is still out there, right?
Yeah. Holy
So
crap.
don't tell him, but yeah, he could just pick Stevenson as his last pick. Do I have this advantage anywhere? I don't think so. I do not have that advantage. Oh, wait, yes, I do.
What do you got?
Nothing positive. I have I have Philadelphia. There's literally there's no one there. Smith. Oh, that's.
Yeah, as I say, you have Devontae Smith out there still.
I have 2 quarterbacks though, so that's really just Smith. And I don't trust his first game or their postseason. Okay.
In a
Well, I
season
have something.
where we're in the playoffs with no Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow, we're gonna go through this, and Hurts is gonna not be picked.
Oh, dude, you could have left that. I'm gonna tell him.
Well, now you're gonna tell him after you told.
Yeah.
Rude, bro. Rude.
What type of league did you choose? When you first sign up, there's a what is it? Commissioner postseason. I think a commissioner league, and then it says postseason, and then there's a few settings in there. There's a few settings in there that you can go and tweak. I think this one was that you can change things like no waiver, no trading. So it's just like you draft it. There's no bench. It's just whatever it is. And then you select that you can only have one player from each team. So there's one of those settings, or in the other version, the one and done, you can only play that player once is another option. All right. So who have you not picked? Okay. I'm going to do the last player at this position that I think might make a decent run. I'm going to pick Schultz here. I have Houston possibly going pretty far too. So if that comes to fruition, I think Kittle's going to be out pretty fast. I can't pick anything from the teams that I feel like are going further. Texans are one of the ones that the only one left that I haven't already picked that I think are going pretty far to the championship before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Houston's a tough one, and I'm struggling to find someone on Houston that I would trust going through this exercise here. Taking a look at this, of the teams that are left, the only other player from the Bills, who I think is the other team that's going to be continuously moving on through this, and make sure not everyone's grabbed a Bill yet. Buffalo.
I haven't done the Bills.
Yeah, but you're not going to grab another.
Oh, what position were you talking about?
I was thinking about Kincaid here, but I just realized I don't have to use that yet.
That can be one of your last picks too.
Yeah.
The combination of the position and the team is some math I can't really do right now.
Yeah, my brain is all over the place.
This is taxing.
This is tough, man. So I'm looking at my wide receivers. Both of the ones that I have up are ones that are going to go further. Only one's going to go far. One I think is potentially going to get eliminated in the first round. So I'm trying to look for a safety guy from one of the other teams. And there really isn't one. So I'm going to go to Chi-Town, and I'm going to go ahead and grab DJ Moore.
Over Odunze?
I did do that. Yep, that just happened.
You forgot about him, didn't you?
Ever since I traded him away,
You had to block him out. I get it. It's an emotional move you made.
it was a painful. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever.
Whatever.
Over life right now.
Man.
So yeah. So we'll get the Bears. I don't have a Texan yet. I don't love it. I think I'm going to go to all right. I'm heading back to Jacksonville. I don't think they get past the Bills, but a boom game is possible. I think Kyron and McCaffrey have a shot to go further, so I'll take a risk here and grab someone. For some reason, I keep trusting in Dynasty, so I'll trust him here. I'll grab Mr. Etienne.
Ooh, that's definitely, that was one of the two people that I was deciding on here. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's, I mean, I feel like they might be sneaky and go further than we really think. Wide receiver. Do I have three? I have two wide receivers. I've got the Smith backup I can always do. Nobody's touched Pittsburgh, I think. No one has them winning either. Oh,
so
God,
with
this
Pittsburgh,
is bad.
I was where I grabbed more. I was thinking about Metcalf, but I think Chicago is going further than obviously Steelers aren't winning a game.
Mm-hmm.
And they're 1 games against Houston, so I don't love that matchup.
I think I get 1 game out of either of the people I'm thinking about. One of them is more likely to be chosen. All right, I'm going to do a quick, I've been out of fantasy football. Let me just double check. He didn't like get cut. Okay. All right, I only have 1 run back. I have 1 more I have to take after this one. So Josh Jacobs, I have the Packers losing to the Bears, but I'll be really sad if one of my quarterbacks gets eliminated after the first week, and the consolation prize is my running back gets to go forward another week. All right, he's got 2 wide receivers. He has 1 more to pick there. Actually, he's got 1 more to pick for every position but quarterback. He's got a quarterback. Everything else he needs 1 of each for the next one. So this is where also, because it's so strict on what players you pick, you also know at this point in the draft and the next round of like, it's one of these 2 positions they have to pick. It helps you predict. So now you're juggling 3. What positions they have? What can they? What's like left on the people after you come before your next pick, and then what teams are left. And he's doing it all while trying to put his kid down. God bless him.
Yeah, and because of the scenario you just outlined, I know who my next 2 picks are, and there's no way like anybody is going to no.
Do you know, look, this message?
So I'm just chilling.
Who should he take? That's him. All right. I think you should pick. I mean, okay, I'm going to say one that I think is honestly a decent pick. Wait, does he have a DK Metcalf?
Yeah.
I think that's a decent one. You could be surprised. You need the position.
This deep into the draft, I think that's an okay pick. Yeah, but I'm still worried about him, but because with a team you think is going to get eliminated, I might go McMillan over Metcalf. Oh wait, I don't think anyone's picked Carolina, right? Has anyone picked anyone from Carolina?
I doubt it. I mean, that's the only team that I really feel like it's completely done after the, like, almost guaranteed. And I don't think any player on that team at all has the potential to be able to give you the double game in that one game to make it worth it.
You know, I love my Islander receivers, man. He's letting it go. Hey!
Oh, what an idiot.
I'm here for it. Good pick, Sailor.
Boo.
Good pick, Sailor. Love it.
Oh, darn. Now none of us can take Carolina, or he can't take any more Carolina players. Actually, that sucks because I would never have taken it. I mean, Tet, like, I get it. Tet, I get. But I'd rather him pick from a team that we blocked from now.
No, he's telling us he panicked. No, dude, that was the right pick. Ceci was gonna swoop him up. Now she has to pick Metcalf.
Oh, she said the video is behind the draft. That's why.
Oh, got it.
Oh, so about now he's hearing me say, idiot.
That's funny.
Okay. Jennings. That's a great
She
pick.
didn't have San Francisco yet? I guess not.
Yeah, and that's... So he could grab... Oh, he has his quarterback. No one's going to grab Purdy. Okay. Or you could. Or no, you can't, right? You have McCaffrey. Okay, Purdy's dead.
Yeah, my quarterback situation's rough.
Yeah, I'm looking at my entire situation. I don't know. You never know what happens to these. We'll get surprised by a team going further, but I'm not loving too much of the skill, but I'm definitely not liking like where I have these teams going and how far. I think we're gonna have to restart.
Yeah, let's do a second one of these.
Yeah.
Was this draft order decided based on last year's standings?
No, I just did random. Oh, because you're subtle. All right, Pittsburgh, Gainwell. Cool. Now this is where he picks DK. Oh no, he's done with that. He needs running back and tight end. So I'll know what both of them are going to pick. Oh, that does suck being in the last spot. Because I think I get the benefit of knowing, like, I don't know. That's going to take too much brain power. I'm dead. I think I'm going to have a full night of sleep next year before I do this again.
Was that a dig at Sailor? Because he only got like
no.
4 hours.
I've been playing. I usually play video games, but it's like the same video game, and it's like not that intense and doesn't get me all sucked in until my friend told me to get a game, and I've been playing way too much of it. It's Arc Raiders. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's been keeping me up until late into the night every night, and I'm sleep deprived for like 3 weeks now. I'm acting like I'm a child that doesn't have a job and a family to support and kids to play with.
I've only heard of it because I just read that Jamar Chase offered someone like season tickets to get him revived in Arc Raiders. Like that was the name of the game came up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. All right, so I won't pick running back here because everyone has 3 running backs. I need 2 running backs, one running back and 1 wide receiver. So I know that I have to pick a wide receiver here. And you're done with wide receiver, so you don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
You have 3 running backs, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And so at this point, it's really just I get whatever 2 players I want of the wide receiver and running backs that are left.
Those 2 positions left because all 3 of us need a tight end, and I need a quarterback.
Okay, this is going to be tough. I told him to get DK. I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Are all 3 of your teams the Browns?
I have a Chicago player. I'm not talking to you right now.
I'm feeling really like we have a responsibility to multitask while we're doing this.
All right, I keep looking at players and like everyone's okay. So I can do Smith. I can't do Diggs. I can't do Metcalf. I can't do Quentin Dobbs. I can't do Keenan Allen. I can't. Myers. Do I have someone from Jacksonville? I don't think I have Jacksonville. That's actually a good pick. I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, Myers is a great pick there.
Yeah, okay. Jacoby Myers.
All right. Well, this was decided for me pretty early on. Of the remaining tight ends that I can grab, the only ones left. This is where I shot myself in the foot. Well, I guess I could get. So there's Freiermuth. There's Rondé Gatson, who's been dropping passes a lot recently. Or there's putting my faith in Mr. Kincaid, who is going into the wild card game without any sort of injury designation. So we'll just hope for the best. All right.
Kincaid, yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Of the remaining quarterbacks that are in this thing that are available to me.
You already have. Oh yeah, okay. Are you doing your boy? Huh? Are you a homer?
I believe
Stroud is a better pick, but you do that. You believe they're gonna go.
I'm wearing a Merriman jersey right now because I believe on the back of our defense, we're going to make it further than people expect.
Okay, so you don't have an offensive line, but you can tell me that it's a homer pick, and I totally respect it. Tell me would you pick Stroud or Herbert with homer removed? It's Stroud, right?
With homer removed, yeah, I don't think
myself for not picking Stroud myself.
Before any of this, I had told you that I don't think we're getting out of the first round. So yeah, Stroud, I believe.
Okay, all right. Then yeah, go for it. Because
But it's
the
a
truth
homer
is,
pick.
there's
It's
no other team that you're gonna watch more than that one, so you get to have that on there and like root. So go for it. I don't know how that feels. It's your boy. All
gotta
right.
do it. On the
It might be a one and done.
It might be one and done, and that's okay. We're okay with that. I'll live and die by that. I wasn't gonna walk away from this draft with only one Charger getting picked in this whole dang thing.
Right? Yeah.
And then the disrespect of it being you that picked him.
Oh, lad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my first two of my first three were just or four. Never mind. I tried to hurt you multiple times is what I'm trying to say.
I saw
Okay.
it. No, I feel it. I was
Harvey is my pick here.
okay.
And that also might be a one round. He has a bye week somehow, the first week, and then I can't believe that. I had to check that so many times. But yeah, they have a bye week first week, and then they're playing either like Texans, Patriots, Bills, Jaguars, Chargers.
They're
Definitely
playing
not
the Chargers,
Steelers.
sir. They're playing the Chargers. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sure. Then and then I feel good about that. Then that he'll be multiple rounds. No, the Chargers are one of those ones that could surprise too. I'm fully kidding there, but all right. So to close out our two, go for it.
I was saying, look, man, we have a jacked up O-line, we have a bad O-line situation, but New England also isn't getting to the quarterback. This might be one of the first games all year long where Justin isn't spending the entire game running away from the D-line. But
true. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We've
the
got
last time the boy was in New England, he put up 40-7. Good pick.
Gadsden's a sneaky pick there. I like that.
He's been his hands have been awkward these last couple games, but
yeah, I know. But playoffs does something to some players that like things can just break the script in those moments. I think that's a solid pick. All right, so my team or your team was Bo Nix, Herbert as your quarterbacks. You have CMC, Kyron Williams, ETN as your running backs. JSN, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, Henry, and Kincaid. I have Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Henderson, Jacobs, Harvey, Puka, Ladd, Mayers, Kittle, and Schultz. I like the longevity of that one. Let's see. Ceci, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, James Cook, Swift, Gainwell, Adams, Sutton, Jennings, Goddard, Barner. That May one I was really mad about. All right, for Sailor, quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Stafford, running backs, Barkley, Stevenson, Walker, wide receivers, Nico, Washington, McMillan. Tight end, another one I was mad about was Loveland there. Loveland and Gatson for tight end.
Rookie on tight ends.
Oh yeah. His last he's got 3 rookies on there. Who's got the most rookies? I've got 2.
I've got 0.
You've got none? And Ceci's got none.
It's a real bummer that the 1.1 pick is going to only play one game in these playoffs. It's rough.
Looking at who was left. That's funny. Looking at who was left, are you most surprised is still on the board at each position? Quarterback.
So for quarterback, I think I said it earlier, but in a season with a lot of superstar power out of the playoffs, Jalen Hurts didn't make anyone's roster, which is a little nutty to me. Is there a quarterback that caught your eye?
I mean, Jordan Love was there, but I don't really think actually Stroud was one of the ones that I felt like I might have to do a little earlier. The Texans, I think, are going to go further. So probably after Jalen Hurts, for me, Stroud, I'm surprised.
Yeah, for running back, it was a shallow grouping that we could choose from, and having to have 12 running backs off the board. No one really surprising left, I guess. The only RB1, no, there's no RB1s left. It's all split people that are on on there. Marion Hampton's probably.
Yeah. Yeah, Hampton was, but he could end up just not playing and then be eliminated. So that felt like a throwaway. So that I get that. Blake Corum, I guess, Manungai, but it really moved over to Swift. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think there's anyone I'm too like the only ones that seem decent are on the ones that I really feel like they're gone. So I think running backs are pretty clear. Wide receivers.
Yeah. Well, some idiot left Odunze out there.
I thought that I would have to pick him at a like somewhere in the middle to try to jump you, but
Idiot.
yeah, that one shocked me that
Yeah.
and then Brian Thomas Jr. I know he's been off, but like he's you lean on the guys that have a ridiculous amount of talent, and I still believe that he does. And I think that one probably he should have probably been picked.
For tight end, I really of the Jacksonville squad, ETN just seems more worth it to me, and I needed a running back still. But Brenton Strange, I think, could be a sneaky tight end that we're gonna regret leaving on the board.
Yeah, if they'd make it past the first, I think that's solid. He was ramping up towards the end of the year too. They're gonna have to get through the players that they're gonna have to get through. What they start off with the Bills, right? Is that right? Yeah, they start off with the Bills. They're gonna have to be throwing it a lot, and I think that they are way better. This is one player in Lawrence that I was the most wrong about. I thought it was going to go away after just a game or two when he was getting hot, and he seems like he had a pretty big like correction in his game, and he's making decisions way faster, and he's got these weapons. And Strange turns out to be one of them because I didn't think he would survive with Hunter, which is now out, but Thomas, and then they brought Myers in, then Washington was doing stuff, and then somehow Strange is still doing things. All right. Well, anything else you want to throw in before we close this out?
No, it was fun. My brain hurts. We'll see how this plays out. We will be setting our leagues, and I know we talked about the other league type that we're doing for the postseason on the week by week. So I've still got to go do that for this week. So we'll check that out, and we'll talk about how it's going in next week's episode, I'm sure.
If you're watching this later, didn't quite get what we did, what the league type was, you want more information on the two different league types for postseason, you still have a little time until 1 p.m. tomorrow to get something started. But the other league type that we talked about, you actually have a little later, even if it's joining. So if somebody wants to join after the afternoon or night game or the first Saturday games, you can still start the league after that, because it's really just how many points can you get, because you didn't have to pick anyone that first game. You pick a new lineup every week, and you can't repeat that player. So you miss a couple of games of the first games, and you can just start it off and say, hey, I didn't have to choose any from there. I can't do these guys anymore. And you got guaranteed guys that you'll be able to pick for the following week. So I wouldn't put too much pressure on it, but if you see it afterwards, it's there, you can still start one up and you can do it. We started with just, I did it last year. It was like 30 people in it. They decided not to do it. So last minute I started it, and I thought it was gonna be like 3 people in the middle of the day today. And then now I think we're up to like 8 or 9 or 10. And hopefully next year we get a decent chunk. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for popping on with me, Nate. Always good to chat. Holler, y'all.
Peace.
It's gonna be an awkward wait because when we record this and it's not the live, it automatically cuts out this dead silence. So every time we do an outro, I go, if you're silent, then it will auto cut it out. And then I fumble around looking for the drop that I'm still looking for. And here we are.
There's a peek behind the curtain.
Close that curtain.